Right, I'm talking to Warren and Steve, who are both from the Obesity Australia Private Limited in Camden. Now, Steve, you're well known for the amount of weight that you actually lost. Just give us a rough idea of how much weight you lost.
I was 374, now I'm down to 170.
So you'd be almost slim.
Yeah, almost, yeah.
Now, you were locked into your bedroom, basically,
Yeah, 2.5 years, yeah.
2.5 years. Was there a reason that happened?
I just suffered from depression and the death of my mum. That's what brought it all on. I just started eating and I just got too big that I couldn't get out of my bed.
How did you manage to keep the supply of food up?
My wife and son were bringing in, they didn't want to have nothing to do with it, but I kept arguing and yelling at them, and at the end they just gave up, and yeah.
And the change in your life has been what?
I think it was more or less the promise that my mum made me make to her before she passed away. Like, she turned around and said if anything happened to her, to promise her that I'd lose the weight and look after myself, and you know that's what I had to keep in mind. And well, when I started putting the weight on, I thought, well, I failed that request. That's all she asked was just a simple little request like that, because she didn't want me to go the way she did. And I thought, well, I hit rock bottom. I thought, I even tried to commit suicide. And my 17-year-old son, he wouldn't go to school because he was scared to come home and he'll find me dead on the floor. He would miss 2.5 years of school. He wouldn't bring anybody home. He wouldn't go anywhere. We didn't have a relationship. And then I thought, well, I had to do something about it, and plus I had to keep the promise because it just kept going in my mind. My mum, the promise I made to my mum, and I thought, well, now it's time to do something about it.
And your big thing at the end of this, you actually got to walked up to your mum.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I couldn't even get up, walk up to the graveside to say goodbye. Like, I had to sit in the car and watch her go down into the ground, and that's what turned it all around for me.
And at last you got to go up and lay some flags.
I kept the promise and I walked up and put the flowers on the grave.
Now, so overall you lost how many kilos?
It's 206 kilos.
Well, there's actually lost more. How many kilos did you lose?
I've lost 140 actually.
140?
Yep.
Right, now, so you were...
300.
300, now you're down to what,
158.
158. How far are you going to keep going?
I'd like to get to about 100 kilos.
100 kilos. And is there a reason why yours blew out like that?
Basically mine was, I stopped working, I lost my job, and just sitting around the apartment, nothing to do, you get bored, so you start, what's in the fridge, I have something to eat. Yeah. And as time goes by, you get lazier, and there was no work out there, you're just eating, and you start eating because you...
Comfort food,
yeah. And yeah, then just got down to the point where I couldn't leave the house.
So in that time, having lost all that weight, you've been helped along by the Obesity Australia Support Australia. What inspired you to stick at it? Because it's obviously taken you some time.
Well, when they first introduced the Campbelltown Hospital, when I was in there, they come to Dr. Nick Cormus, and he come to see me. And he really fired me up because he told me a story about a patient he had who was over 300 kilos, and he was down to he lost a lot of weight. Yep. And so I said, I'll give it a go. It gave me the hope that it could be done. And then they transferred me from Campbelltown to Camden Rehab Centre, and I met my trainer Henry, and he just happened to be Steve's trainer as well. Right. And he introduced me to Steve, and Steve was the patient that Dr. Nick was telling me about.
Isn't that weird?
And I saw Steve, and I saw how much weight he'd lost, and I thought, well, if he can do it, well then I can bloody do it. And we started from there, and then now, sort of 2 years on, and Steve and I even go to the gym together and work out, some nights of the week together. And it's just gone from there.
And what's the change in your life?
I get a lot more. Dr. Nick gets you to set goals for yourself. And my one was to go to a St George Rugby League game. And I managed to do that last year. I actually went to Cogra, first time I ever been there. and this year I've been to all the home games.
Right.
And-
Not with terrific
Not with-
results.
Yeah, but just going there,
Yeah.
being able to go
It's
there.
new.
It's new.
Completely new.
My brother tells me now I've got a more social life that he has now.
Oh, good.
So yeah,
And how old are you?
I'm 39.
39, and Steve?
45.
45.
Yes.
And so you've got another long time to go, which you didn't have before.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing with this program that we're in, me and Warren have become good friends, and the program that we're in, we don't get judged by other people that's there because they're all there
Yep.
who've been through it, and no one judges. Like I first started going to a gym, and I had a problem. I walked in, everyone was looking,
Yep.
and then the judgment into it. But after you go for a while, and the same with Warren. Warren goes to the gym. I go every now and then with Warren to his gym.
Yeah.
And then they don't even look at it, they walk in, oh, how you going, Warren, doing a good
Yep.
job, keep it up. And that's the spirit that you need out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, that's what helps you. But the
Yeah.
thing, then you get the negative people out there and think, oh yeah, and that's what brings it down. But I think you've got to tend to let that go, just one in out the other.
Yep.
Just think about all the positive that people are saying when you're at
Yeah.
the gym.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of the people at the clinic say to us, "Oh, you won't catch me going to a private gym."
Yeah.
They're intimidated to go
Too
to a
much.
private
Yeah.
gym.
Yeah.
But I find now, when I first started the gym, it was the same. I felt a little bit uncomfortable. People
Yep.
staring because they're all like super fit people.
Yep.
And now, people come and shake my hand and say, "Oh, you're doing well. We see you here all the
Yeah.
time."
Right.
And yeah, it makes you feel better.
Like I didn't even know, like we were down at Canberra, Campbelltown, getting organising a cake for my daughter's birthday next week.
Yeah.
And there was this one bloke just staring at me crossing the road. I went, what's he staring at? And as I was driving off, he goes, oh, good work, keep up with the weight loss. And how did he know? Then I realised it was when I was on TV. It's just
Yep.
amazes how like it gets that around and people
Yep.
are like saying good work for what you're doing. And I think that's the spirit also lifts you up more.
Yeah, I tell him he's got to get used to his celebrity status.
Yeah.
Well, now, okay, if somebody else is... Now, you tend to hide away.
Yeah.
If somebody else is hiding away, what's your recommendation?
I'd get help.
Get help, what,
Yeah.
from the GP?
Yeah, go to your GP. If he can't help you, contact whoever you can.
Yep.
Try to contact every health department you can and try to get help.
Yep. And so, how long did your weight loss program, how long has it been going so far?
What? Been on about 2, 3 years?
Yeah.
2 or 3 years?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing your stories with us, guys.